So my name is Dave Mason. I'm one of the owners of I Found Agent. In part of my other life outside of business, I teach yoga and have been practicing yoga for many years. One of the things we've always talked about is exactly dealing with disruptive and uncertain times. Did I ever think I would be merging a business and I'll call it a yoga conversation together? No, and I don't think anybody ever really planned on a pandemic for 2020. I talk to a lot of real estate agents, not just agents, but this is really a conversation about our humanity and what people are going through. And really, I've seen people be in two different places. So either we can crawl up into a ball, or can take our power, sometimes take the fear with us, rather than be stopped by it. For myself, the first week of being at home was different because our routines changed. I had a very specific routine that I was accustomed to. I wasn't even conscious of it, what I would do every day. And then all of a sudden, just like that stops and we have to create a new one. So that can be very disruptive, just that, because we are creatures of habit. Just real quick, my background, I was a real estate agent for close to 14 years. And way back in late 80s, early 90s, we did not have any technology. I made my own. I went from floundering to 25. I was in the top 10% at Realty Executives. So, I know the value of getting organized from somebody that has been at times in my life very unorganized. But the first thing I really wanted to deal with is this thing called uncertainty. So I'm going to read this, and if you have a piece of paper and if you have any insights that you might want to write down for yourself just on where you're at I'm just going to call it the new paradigm, because life changed just like that. Just how we do everything has shifted. So I invite you to consider that any upheaval or paradigm shift always results in uncertainty. The old rules, assumptions, beliefs, constructs no longer apply. And it is only in uncertainty that real possibility can arise and be brought forth. Now, uncertainty is scary. That is why most human beings and companies and industries and society as a whole designs itself to avoid uncertainty, right? So as long as I've been in the real estate industry since 1988, I've noticed one thing: things keep changing. Just, my own real estate career, I started during the the RTC, and then we had 2008, and now we're dealing with this. We had the dot-com bubble in 2000, and out of those, new things emerged. So this is really a time to put our creativity hat on, start to think differently, because we can try the same old things and they may work and they may not. Try doing an open house right now, see what's going to happen, versus perhaps doing something virtual. Just hang on to that here while we have this dialogue today. And I promise my goal for this conversation is that you get some new freedom and some new power out of this dialogue that we're going to have today. So this is not the typical, yes, this is a business conversation, but it's not a business conversation necessarily. Now, you can bring your business to this conversation. You can bring your life to this conversation. My goal is that you leave with more freedom and more power. So the world will definitely be different as a result. How? I have no idea. I know as a company, I Found Agent, we've already rethought how we're doing things, how we're implementing video into the platform, and the ability for agents to use video more powerfully and easily. And really, we want to look for some ground to stand on. I know my own experience mid-March, when all pandemic really started becoming more of a thing. I just felt like I was kind of on the side. I was over here on the side of this mountain here, kind of rolling around. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to stand. And I had to create that for myself, that, my stand is that people have some peace in their life while this is going on. Is that a fantasy? I don't know. I've had to work on that for myself. I've had times where I have been peaceful, and I've had times where I've had my anxiety go much higher than it than it's been. Anybody have their anxiety go up a little bit higher, more so than the, okay. So it's not just me. I think it's a human, it's a very human thing. And I think we need to give ourselves a lot of room to experience our own humanity, because I think trying to suppress that is only going to create, it only creates more fear, more anxiety. Now, the reality is, and actually this slide could have come somewhere else, but life has actually always been uncertain. I think it's a wake up call for all of us that we've been asleep to it. We just assume when we take our car out of the garage, we're just going to magically appear at our destination. And it's not a done deal. I'm pretty sure my car's in the garage. I haven't looked this morning. It could be gone. Somebody could have stolen it in the middle of the night. But I live like my car is in the garage. I don't know that that's true or not. And there's a myth that I hear a lot. My life will be better when COVID-19 is over. My life will be better when I get this. My life will be better, when I get the Corvette. All of those things, they're not true. We make them up. It's all, the little noisemaker in our head isn't always a cheerleader. It's designed to keep us safe, not unlike animals. Animals are designed to survive, and we are too. So our brain will try to trick us. And if you're feeling anxious, unsettled, I'm going to suggest a radical concept. I'm going to call it radical acceptance. And the sooner that we can be comfortable being uncomfortable, the better your life, your experience of yourself will be. How do I know that? Because I've tried it for myself. I practice it all the time. I was out for a walk this morning, and my mind will start to race, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm resisting this. The more that I resist, the more anxiety, the more fear, and the more upset I will experience for myself. Does that make sense? You could even be resisting this webinar right now. When's he going to move on? All of that stuff. We do that. We could say, stop resisting what's so. And I accept the things that I cannot change. I can't change COVID-19, but I can change how I respond to it. I can change who I get to be with these circumstances. I didn't choose these circumstances. I didn't vote for it. I had no choice in the matter, but I have a choice in the matter about how I can be about it. Right? Okay. And right now, it would be a great idea. This is just my opinion. I have been contacted by no news organizations for my opinion on anything that's happening in the real estate market. So you'll hear this here first. But I believe that it's a great idea to shift from a sales to a service mindset. Now, what do I mean by a service mindset? You could also, I would call that consultative. So when you're being consultative, you're actually providing a service. We've got a lot of uncertainty in the stock market. There's a lot of uncertainty in the real estate market. I just had a conversation with an appraiser, a very well-known appraiser in town, 30 years. And I went to school with him. I've known him very well. I call him from time to time. I was curious what's going on in the market. Well, it's supply and demand. Prices are adjusting. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. It's what's so. So it's something that we need to apprise our sellers of. They may be getting less showings right now, probably. It doesn't mean that activity's stopping. I've had conversations with other title officers, and they're doing transactions. The business is not stopping. It's just being done a different way. So does everybody get the shift from sales to service? I think we all know what sales means. The service mindset is really one that makes a difference with people, and is a heartfelt conversation over trying to get something or trying to get somebody to do something, which is sort of the stereotype, which when I was in real estate, I didn't enjoy having people put that on me, but I kind of got stuck with anyway. So we'll move on from that. So what should we be doing with this time? Well, I probably could have added start to think creatively as the first thing. There's probably some new ideas that you have about how to do business in this new marketplace. Maybe it's time to really start to implement and try those out just to see how they work. I tried many things early on in my career as a real estate agent that failed. I've tried many things as a real estate and software developer that haven't worked out so well, and some that have, to try those. And a lot of this I've been saying for years, but it's probably more, it's probably better advice now than it's ever been, is to get your database together. Now is the time to actually pick up the phone. Emails and texting is great, but actually have a conversation with somebody, because I promise you the concerns of our clients, your clients, have changed from what they were 30 days ago. They may have some fear. There's a lot of uncertainty. Our job as real estate agents is to now, I say, bring that certainty about what is happening in the real estate market and do it in a way that's automated and that really brings value. I'm not sure anybody wants to be receiving postcards for recipes at the moment. Maybe they, well, if anybody's got any good quinoa recipes, I would take that. I'm a vegan, so yeah, following up, staying top of mind. When I did that for myself, big difference. I started off in real estate with no day timer. I used to think I could keep it all up in here. I was 22. That's what you can do when you're 22. Not anymore. That brain doesn't work anymore. But yeah, get on the phone, call people. I know when I needed new leads as an agent, I would just get on the phone and call people. And I was amazed at, there was what I thought would happen and what ended up happening. You never knew what was going to happen. Hey, we're just looking at moving. My sister's moving in town. We don't know. So just engaging in those conversations, I say, will make a huge difference. And just some numbers to think about, 10% of your database is going to move every year. Depending on what your market is, you need to figure out how many people need to be in your database and contacted so you're getting the income that you want to get. My favorite conversation is referrals. I love referrals. There was nothing better when I was a realtor. Hey, Dave, this is Joe. Marge and Bob said, if I don't use you, they're not going to talk to me again. That was a great, and I have had those calls. I did not enjoy sign calls so much. I guess that, getting internet leads might be, the same thing. And why is that? Well, I like a referral. I'm not saying don't do internet leads, because that is a good place to get business. But I like a referral because the gestation period to create that relationship is a lot smaller. There's a lot of built-in relatedness already based on person that referred me from over here. There's a lot less energy that I have to expend. The quality of my experience as a real estate agent, I feel more valued. What's the one thing as a real estate agent that, in the background that we want besides the money? I know what I wanted. It took me a while to figure it out, and actually I didn't really get it till a couple of years ago. What was it that I really want? Not just for real estate, just in my life. And that's, I wanted to be valued. I wanted to feel valued. I wanted to experience being valued. I didn't want to be just a salesperson. That didn't do it for me. That's why getting your sphere of influence, past clients, your leads, getting everything into a place where you can manage them is going to help you with the referrals and your leads. If you're doing internet leads, get them on drip campaigns as well. So with that, I want to show you the technology that my company and I've helped develop, make your life as a real estate agent a lot easier. And it's a change in thinking now that we're all in this new paradigm, possibly a time to start thinking differently. I'm going to pop out into our campaign builder. I'm going to make a new contact. Let's say I'm going to pretend I'm a real estate agent and I have a past client I just sold a property to, and I'm going to put them in my database. I want to use a different email, and I can get addresses and birth dates and that kind of thing, but we're not going to do that right now. Let's say that I am interested in, my old stomping ground was Sweetwater Ranch. In North Scottsdale, and I want to send myself, or I'm going to pretend I'm the client, a market report of active pendings and solds. and go back 120 days. I have the ability to draw a polygon map if I want. And one of the things that we developed is the ability to search by payment. So I got all the, go get pre-qualified and all that. But we do have clients that they're already clear how much they want to spend every month, what their down payment is, obviously rates are less than 4.5%. We can change that to whatever the prevailing rate is, and whatever the loan term is. So we're not going to do that right now. So let's just see what we have. I've got 19 properties in the search. So now I'm going to create the campaign title, which is a market report for Sweetwater Ranch in Scottsdale. Now I could call this anything, because this is going to be this campaign title is going to be in my lead manager. I may have multiple campaigns for certain clients, could be a buyer, looking at different areas. What I am going to do is going to create a blog post with this. I'm doing this quickly. Now I could spend more time if I wasn't doing a live webinar and cater this blog post to the client. And also thinking about this is going to be able to be viewable in the search engines in Google. So I'm going to put a picture in. It sort of looks like a Sweetwater house. I'm going to automatically share the post with Buffer. So it's going to syndicate social media. I'm going to set this up as a recurring campaign. I want it to go out once a month. I'm going to start it today. For a past client, I'm not going to send an email update. That may be too many emails to send out. For a buyer, I probably would. They're looking in a specific area. They may be waiting for that specific floor plan to show up, and when it does, they get notified, and you get notified in an email. It's going to syndicate with social media automatically. What is it? It is a market update. We're going to use a template. It's a past client. Sweetwater Ranch. Now you want to think about the title, because your client's going to get that every single month. So when I hit save the campaign, a couple of things are going to happen. The client gets sent a market report. It's going to start that campaign once a month. It's going to make a blog post that's indexable to Google, and it's also going to send out my social media. And it will also, if I wanted it to, I could have set up an instant update. So let's save the campaign. We'll go to the blog. Here's the search that I just did. But first, let's just go into Facebook. And it will have automatic. Now you can hook up your other social media accounts as well, but it posted this search to my business page. So now when I open that up, it's going to go to the search, and it's going to give me. Now I have mine list the most recent activity first, so I can look at all the results that are happening in Sweetwater Ranch. Now, one of the things that we also have the ability to do is, now this is not my listing, but I have the ability to, I can put a global video of, if I have like a video about my services or my team, I can put that on every single listing that's on my website, whether it's my listing or not. Since I have no listings, so I can embed that video straight into straight into all the property listings. I also have the ability on my own listings, if I want to put a specific, maybe I have a property video that's specific to a certain listing that I have. I can do that too, and it can be branded. I don't have to follow the same old rules that I know MLS doesn't allow you to put a branded video. Well, if I want, I can do whatever I want here and put it in on my own website. All right, so what did I just get? So I got so when I set up that search, I was immediately sent this uh, property report that I just made for myself. And this, oh, actually here, yeah, this is it. And it actually, this notified me that I actually hit the website. Now, what's funny is I was joking with Sean Hahn. I said, I wish somebody would set me up in my own neighborhood because I was too lazy to do it. So this is what I get from him every month. And you can put your own little placard in on the bottom. So this is what I get from Sean. It's opening up on the other screen. And guess what I always do? I always come through and look at what's going on in my own neighborhood. So I'm used to going to his website to look at what's going on in my own neighborhood. And that's really what you want to have your clients get trained, is to go here and not to Zillow, right? The more traffic that you send to your own website, the higher you're going to rank in Google. You're not getting that in Flex MLS. So really the practice that you want to start looking at, if our system is something you're interested in, is to actually start, because you can make your searches in Flex MLS, but if you do it here in the campaign builder, you get more value. You're getting marketing value. Your client, they also don't have to opt in to the link. They can just click on it. So I should be getting another email. I just visited the system knows I just hit the website. So yeah, if you start seeing people that haven't been hitting the website in a while and they're just hitting you daily, you might want to give them a call. So you get those notifications immediately. Also, the video settings, really easy to work. All you have to do is grab the last part of the YouTube link, drop it in. Like, this is the default video I have showing up on every page. And then on certain listing MLS numbers, I can put in specific videos that I want to show. So videos are becoming more important, and that way you can put exactly what you want on your listing and not have any limitations. The lead manager, so you see a couple things. So we can sync automatically with Wise Agent, Lion Desk, and there's ways to connect to other CRMs through an application called Zapier. We also have a bulk uploader coming. So if you give us a spreadsheet, all we need is name, email, and address. It'll set up the searches, or you can set up for example, you could set up a monthly search for an entire CSV file. So 1,000 people, boom, you're getting them set up on reports. Now you can go back in and modify them and change them. It just sets a 1 mile radius around the house, so you can always go in and change it. However, nice to have that work done all at once. So let's click into a client. What do I get to see? This person has been visiting my website a lot. I can see everything she's looked at, search views. So I get a very detailed synopsis of what my client is doing. Anyway, yeah, that's all I was gonna. There's more that the product will do. I did want to keep the conversation brief today. If you are interested in having a further conversation, please email directly at davem@ifoundagent.com, or you can call at 480-535-6635. If you sign up today, you will receive $300 off on the silver or gold plan, which is this platinum plan is going away shortly due to the new software we've developed for bulk uploading, but the gold and silver plan would apply. So the silver plan would be $399 and the gold plan would be $899. We have no monthly contracts. We have many designs that you can choose from. We're a custom WordPress developer. You will get something that you will be proud to show off, and something that you'll want to have your clients go to. If you're familiar with WordPress, it's all in WordPress. It's very flexible. The main thing is that, we have a system that is very easy to use. So if you use it, you will make money. The whole point of a system is that it helps you make money. A website by itself is nice, But where you will make money is getting your contacts into the campaign builder, staying top of mind. I invite you, if you have questions, feel free to call me or contact me, after this webinar. If you have any questions, I'm going to take everybody off of mute. Everyone's showing up. I hope you got something out of this, and I really invite you to reach out. And if you have questions on how the system works, it does work, and it does make a difference, and will make your life a lot easier. So again, that's all I have for now, and I just want to say thank you. Have a great day.